Jeff Nippard is at the middle of a really unfortunate incident, and I'd love to talk about this for a whole bunch of reasons. Now, he goes to a gym called Pure Muscle. This is about an hour and a half away from me, and so does a man named Mike Van Wyck. Long story short, Mike throat slams Jeff at Pure Muscle, which is on camera. We'll pop that in now. But many news outlets have already covered this, and it's become quite a big thing in the fitness space. And let's talk about why. First, who are they? Jeff is one of the most popular influencers on YouTube when it comes to fitness. Really good info. He has nearly 6 million subscribers, heavy into science-based, evidence-based training with bodybuilding, gaining muscle, losing fat, all of that. If you haven't checked out Jeff, you probably should. So go ahead and check him out. Now, Mike is a retired IFBB pro bodybuilder. He retired in 2013, so he's 11 years removed. The only results I could find is he came 13th out of 15th at the 2010 New York Pro. By no accounts was he a successful IFBB bodybuilder in any way. He's now working as a personal trainer at Pure Muscle. Now, Mike is a little bit more famous than the average pro bodybuilder because he was Drake's security guard for a little while, who of course lives in Toronto as well. Now, Mike has a YouTube following of 131,000 subscribers. He works as a personal trainer at Pure Muscle. Not anymore because of this. Mike is a big dude. Jeff is not as big of a dude. Of course, still a big dude compared to the average. But Jeff is 5'5", around 180 pounds. Mike claims to be 6 feet, and he claims to be 260 pounds on stage. Now, when people claim to be 6 feet, they almost are never 6 feet. So we're going to go with 5'10". And 260 pounds on stage, I'm going to say, I don't know, maybe not. Regardless, they're about 3 weight classes apart in the UFC. There's no element of fair fight occurring in this. It's strictly just Mike picking on Jeff. Now, let's talk about exactly what happened. This is what was put out by Jeff Nippard. Basically, Mike calls out Jeff indirectly for having an average physique on social media and says, basically, if you know everything, and these science-based people know everything, which, by the way, Mike is one of the least digestible, horrendous personalities I've seen, not just from this, but from a variety of things. He calls out Jeff for not having the best physique despite knowing everything. As a knowledgeable, as self-proclaimed knowledgeable guy, he, for some reason, just chooses to ignore genetics and steroids and et cetera, which, by the way, I could care less, whatever you're on, but just, you know, if someone's not as strong as me because they've chosen not to do the things that I've done, then that's fine. That's totally their call. Jeff responded, showing his competition results, his progress, basically just defending himself. Jeff, I've never met the guy. I would love to. By the way, Jeff, if you ever watch this, I would love to link up. But he seems like a lovely guy. He seems like a really nice dude. And he just genuinely tries to put out really good content. At least that's how it appears. He's always out of controversy. So this is really quite a surprise. Now, after this little exchange, they ran into each other at the gym. So they brushed past each other. Jeff laughed. Mike says things are about to get real funny. Jeff says, what does that mean? It escalated to Mike going over to Jeff, who's got his arms down, and Mike sucker punches Jeff. Punch. He grabs his throat and slams Jeff to the ground and sends him flying. And this is on video, and allegedly Mike did it once more afterwards. Allegedly, because it's not on video, but based on how things are going, it seems like that's pretty likely to be true. Now, there are a lot of things wrong with this. First of all, the reason that people go to the gym in the first place, and strongmen and bodybuilders and powerlifters and everyone in between, you're going to the gym to better yourself. And you're going to the gym to better yourself in some combination of your physical health and your mental health. You want to get bigger and stronger. You want to feel better about yourself. You want to be happy. And most people use the gym as that outlet. And it is a really good mental health place. And as someone who really advocates for the gym being a positive space, of course, with the Lift Heavy Be Kind brand, sweater down at the merch link in the bio, it's important to me that people understand that this is a really welcoming place. And what's most frustrating to me is that this is now picked up by news outlets, and now people think that this is something common that happens at gyms. It does not happen. It never happens. And this is why it's such a unique circumstance. Now, this has been picked up by many news outlets already, which is unfortunate. But I want to talk about the obligation of your stereotypes. And people might not like this take, but personally, as a larger guy, as a stronger guy, as a guy with a bald head, I just know that if I'm walking down the street at night, people are going to walk on the other side. I know that most babies are going to cry when they see me. Most people are going to feel some type of way intimidated when they see me, apart from my profile itself. You just associate being larger, lifting weights with having some form of aggression. And the fact of the matter is, it's just not true. I just lift weights because I love to lift weights. That's how the vast majority of people are. Strongmen as a whole, I would say the only criticism you can have is like a lot of them tend to be a little bit introverted, but I've never seen anyone ever be aggressive. Personally, I've never seen anyone with any nasty words towards each other. It's a really tame environment because we are trying to improve ourselves. We're not fighters. You can't fight. If you went up against someone who could fight, let's say like a Tom Aspinall or something, you would get your face caved in. I'm not saying I could do that. I'm not a fighter. I don't try to be a fighter. And you're not a fighter either. Maybe you try to be. Maybe you'd like to be. But you have no fight results. You can't do it. You cannot beat up someone just because you're larger and way bigger than them. Now, when I say you're responsible for your stereotypes, when this shit happens, it's reflected on me. It's reflected on every guy who looks like Mike, looks like me. We get this reputation, and it's something that we have to work hard to undo. Even if it happens at the same rate as other people, as it would in other demographics, since we already have that reputation, it's now going to be perpetuated. And I don't care what anyone says, Mike Israel included, about how performance enhancing drugs might change your brain chemistry, how you have different thoughts. I don't care if being larger makes you feel physically superior. I don't care what it makes you feel. There's something called self-discipline and personal control, which you'd figure Mike would have learned being Drake's bodyguard, but clearly he has not learned this lesson at all. Now let's circle back to what weightlifting means to most people. To most people, weightlifting means a way to improve their lives. It means a way to improve their health. It means a way to escape the rest of the day and focus intently on one single thing. It's a form of therapy for most people, and that exists from the most novice person who's just in the gym for the first time, trying to get in shape and trying to motivate themselves, all the way up to world champions. And I can speak for myself. The gym has saved my life more times than I'd care to admit. That is the place that I go to for reprieve. I don't care that it's my job. I don't care that it's how it makes money. That is the number one for me, and everything else comes afterwards, and I'm extremely thankful. I have an insane amount of gratitude for that, but I would be in the gym anyway, as an escape from my daily life, as a stress relief, as a place to be grounded, and as a place to objectively improve myself. Because when you objectively improve yourself, on your worst day, you cannot argue that you have made some sort of improvement in your life and in yourself. That is what the gym should be, and Mike clearly doesn't understand that, not just from this incident, but from everything else that he puts out on social media. This fake tough guy thing, beating up someone who's 5'5", has no place in the gym. It is absolutely horrendous, abhorrent behavior, and maybe he'll learn, maybe he won't, but regardless, I need to take a firm stance against this and say that anyone looking to improve themselves, anyone looking to get physically fit, this shit does not happen at the gym, and hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of people who go to the gym every day are speaking out in droves because it never, never, never happens. The gym, 99.9%, and for myself, 100% of the time, is a positive place. And the height of disagreement might be someone making too much noise or someone behaving, they're being annoying or they're being weird or whatever it may be, but that's fine. You never get in a fight about it. You never yell at them about it. It never turns into something massive. It's just a personal disagreement. And that's the extent of anything that has happened in the 15 years that I've been going to the gym regularly. And it's happened, I can count on one hand. So please, to everyone out there watching this, the gym is a welcoming place. The gym is a safe place. A way that you can show people is Lift Heavy Be Kind merch. Better way that you can show people is just be a good person and use these incidents for those who go to the gym regularly to recognize that this is the reputation that a lot of us have. And it's a completely inaccurate stereotype, but it's one that you have to take on the chin and one that you have to take the steps to try to improve and to recognize that if you behave in any sort of aggressive way, even if it's just an aggressive walk or an aggressive tone, people are going to assume that you're cut from the same cloth as Mike, which very few people are cut from such a poor cloth. that's what I have to say. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts in the comments. My best wishes out to Jeff. Never met him. We're not friends, but no one deserves that type of treatment. And all it says that he's okay. He says that he's okay. I hope he's pressing charges because that's what you deserve for physically assaulting someone. Cut and dry. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. As per usual, more important today than ever, lift heavy, be kind. We will catch you tomorrow.